Nobody wakes up every day and says, this is gonna be the greatest day ever.
This is what worked for me. This is what saved my company. Bill Gates saved my first company.
The problem isn't that you're not a genius, that you're not talented, that you don't have wisdom and abilities and resourcefulness, and that you're not Michael Jordan. That's not the problem. The problem is you're not focused.
Top 10, I got a top 10. Got my motivation high for my top 10. Gotta learn from the wise women and men. All my life, like na 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 na. For my top 10, top 10, na 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 na. This one's for my top 10.
Need motivation?
Watch a top 10 with Believe Nation.
Hey, this is Evan Carmichael. This channel is created to help you overcome the #1 challenges that is holding you back. A lack of belief in yourself. You watch these videos because you know there's something more inside you as well. You have Michael Jordan level talent at something. So get ready to know how to model success, match your action to your ambition. Have a good morning routine with Evan Carmichael and his top 10 rules for success. Enjoy! Let's kick it off with rule number 1. Model success.
The fastest path for you to get the success you're after is to model success. The idea here is simple. You find people who have already done the thing that you want to do, learn from them, understand what they did to get there, and then try on their hat, right? See what worked for them and apply it to your business. This is what worked for me. This is what saved my company. Bill Gates saved my first company, even though I've never met him. I haven't yet. We're gonna make it happen, hopefully soon. I was struggling. I had a upstart software company that wasn't making money, and I quit on my business partner, and I woke up the next day and said, I need to find a way to make this happen. I can't quit on this too soon because I'm going to regret it if I don't keep going. And so I said, who has done this before? Who's done this? And I thought of Bill Gates. It was just the first person that came to mind was Bill Gates. So I looked at his story and how did he build Microsoft? Well, it was through partnerships. And so I started making partnerships in my business. I had nothing else to lose. I was already at rock bottom, right? I had already quit on my partner. It was hopeless. So let's just give this a shot. And within, I don't know, a couple months, maybe even sooner, I landed my first partnership deal for $13,500. And at the time, guys, I was making $300 a month. So that money meant the world to me. Like that was bank. And more important than that, it gave me hope, you know, like this could happen. This business could actually work. And it gave me a model to then go and do it again and again and again. And ever since then, whenever I don't know what to do, I model success. I find someone who's done it and I try to apply their strategies and make it work for me. But this is the important thing. Not every strategy is going to work the same way for them as it did for you. So maybe waking up early is your ticket. Maybe waking up later is going to be your ticket. There's people who've done both. Which is the one that's going to work for you? You won't know by sitting on the couch and thinking about it. The best thing you can do is just go and try. You try on their hat, right? Bill Gates did this. Dan Lok does this. Bruce Lee does this. Awesome. Try it. Try it and see. People prejudge so early.
Rule number 2, match your actions with your ambitions.
Your actions have to map to your ambitions. In a one-off situation, you can always be grateful for what happened. When I broke my neck in Colorado, I'm grateful for the opportunity. The opportunity to learn, to push myself, to get better, but did it map to my ambitions? Right? Whenever you're stuck in a one-off situation, you can, yes, always default to gratitude, but if you get the choice, this is the difference between living an intentional versus a reactionary life. If you're just grateful for everything that happens to you and see it as a journey, yes, and you've learned, yes, great, but is it the journey that you want to be on? It's a journey that will get you to where you want to go. Because if the person who wants to hit the town ends up on the farm, maybe he's not happy. Maybe that's not his ambitions. Now, you might say that actually served him. That is something that he should have gone down, right? Every road leads to somewhere. But is it the road that you want to go down? Do your actions map to your ambitions? I think it's really important. The guy who climbed the tree, amazing, right? If his goal was to be there fastest, to take the shortest path, that's the path he should take. And yes, he was right and the others were wrong. He was right for him because he wanted to take the shortest path. Do your actions map to your ambitions? You have goals. Look at your calendar. Look at how you're scheduling your time. Look at where you're spending time, what you're doing it on. Will the actions that you're taking lead you to accomplish the goals that you're trying to go after? If yes, amazing. If not, switch things up. I think too often people have hopes and dreams and desires and ambitions, but then their schedule doesn't match up. You say you want to do this, but when I look at your calendar, it doesn't show me that you're doing it. If you want to have a YouTube channel, show me in your calendar where you're making YouTube videos. For too many people, it's never. You're just not doing it, ever. So then it just becomes a hope, a dream, a wish, a someday. Someday's not a day of the week, right? You got to put it in your calendar. Make sure your actions map to your ambitions.
Rule number 3, have a good morning routine.
Nobody wakes up every day and says, this is gonna be the greatest day ever. Not Dan Locke, not Evan Carmichael, not Tony Robbins, nobody. You wake up and you're tired and you have stuff in your eyes and you have lines on your face from the pillows. The difference between successful people is that they demand excellence from themselves to the habits and routines that they do daily. The problem is that thinking that these people are different, that if you're not waking up with tons of motivation ready to take on the day, that something is wrong with you. The only thing that's wrong with you is you don't have the habits that set you up for success every single day, and today, I want to change that. So I have a 5S morning routine that I go through every single day that sets me up for success, that demands excellence, I'm going to share with you guys today. The first S is sing. The fastest way to change your state is to put on music. The fastest way to go from feeling low energy, tired, bored, into an energy of I am ready to go is music. Put on the song, not that makes you feel the current way that you're feeling. This is where most people mess up. You put on music for how you're currently feeling. If you're feeling really sad and low energy, you're gonna put on really mellow, slow music. What does that do? It keeps you in the same state that you're in. It keeps you exactly where you are. What you want to do is put on the music for how you want to feel. And so I have a playlist on my main channel called the Believe playlist, which is the songs that I listen to. These are the songs that I listen to every day. They may work for you, they may not work for you. There's no perfect song for everybody. This is the perfect song for you. And so build a playlist of the songs that make you come alive. Here's the criteria. If this song came on, it would force you to start moving. If the song came on, you find yourself doing this. If the song came on, you would get out of your chair and want to move around. Doesn't mean you're gonna dance like crazy. Doesn't mean you're gonna start belting out the lyrics. That may be you, awesome. But if you're a little more introverted or don't like to dance, something that would make you move, something that would get you at least in your chair doing this, that's what I want. Make a playlist and put that on as the first thing that you do every single morning. It'll make a huge difference to setting the tone, changing your state, and giving you energy and momentum to start the day. S number 2 is sun. I like getting outside. I think there's something about getting outside of your home, of your condo, your apartment, getting outside, getting some fresh air, just being out in nature makes a big difference. Getting some vitamins on your face from the sun outside, but also signifying that you're leaving your bedroom, you're leaving the condo, the apartment, the home, you're leaving what happened last night and you're ready to go off and start the day. This is especially important if you're working from home, because it's easy to have your office right next to your bedroom, or maybe your office is your bedroom, and carry that bedroom energy, that tired, I just woke up, I want to stay in bed, I want to sleep energy into your work, and you won't do great things if that's the energy you're carrying to your work. So having some kind of ritual that splits up sleeping energy to I'm ready to go energy makes a big difference, and I find the easiest way to do it is to get outside and get some sun. Bonus points if you're in a condo or apartment to take the stairs instead of the elevator. S number 3 is soar, and this is the most important thing for me. If you only take one of the 5, I think this is the most important one to take. What is the thing that makes you soar every day? What's the thing that makes you feel alive, bold, confident? What is that? And put it into your morning routine. At some point in your life, you felt bold. You felt unstoppable. You felt confident. It's happened to everybody. The problem is you don't feel that way consistently every day. You go through these bursts, these moments of, man, I could do such amazing things, but then the next day you wake up and you're a different person. You're back to the, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know. Who am I to go do this crazy thing? That's the problem. So whatever the thing is that makes you feel like you can come alive, that gives you that boldness and confidence, plan it with intention every single day into your morning routine. For me, what I do is I record a message on my phone to Instagram, to my stories, I put it to LinkedIn and Twitter. Right now I'm putting it everywhere, but I need to make a message. So I think of somebody that I helped yesterday. I think of somebody who commented on a video, who I met in person, who I coached on my Instagram Live, somebody that I helped yesterday. And then I make a message channeling that person. I won't say the person's name, but I have them in my head that I need to remind myself that the work that I do is important. It's easy to get lost in the numbers. It's hard to imagine that 200,000 to 300,000 people watched my videos yesterday. That's crazy. It's a wild number, right? It's wild. It's hard to, like, what does it even mean? I don't know. I'm just sitting here talking to a camera in my office, and 200,000 to 300,000 people are watching my videos. It's crazy. I need to think down to the actual person. I need to think about an individual, that this matters to somebody, that the work I do really means something to them. And then I need to record a message and share it. That helps me soar, and I do it every day. What is the thing for you? What makes you soar? Maybe it's watching the 254 series that I put up every day. Maybe it's watching the espresso videos like this that I put up every day. And some people, every day, this is part of their morning routine, is watching an espresso video, and I'm humbled to be part of your morning routine. For other people, it might be meditating, it might be watching a video, it might be reading a book, listening to a podcast. I don't care what the thing is, but you have felt bold, unstoppable, and confident at some point in your life. What led you to feeling that way, and then demand it of yourself every day by putting it into your morning routine? The third S is soar. It's the most important one. The fourth S for me is sweat. This is just about being healthy, having a healthy lifestyle, and I want to do something that makes me sweat. So whether it's a HIIT workout, a cardio workout, a weights workout, I put that into my daily routine because I want to bust a sweat and I want to stay healthy into my 40s, which is coming up, and then into my 50s and beyond. And then the last S for me is scare. I want to do something every day that scares me. What I'm doing right now is I take a cold shower. So after sweating, I need to have a shower. Don't want to show up to work all smelly. And so I hop in the shower, but right away start turning it colder and colder and colder and colder and colder. And then right at the very end, I go all the way cold and I freeze. And even just thinking of it right now, it sucks, which is the best. Right? You want to do the thing that scares you every day. You're teaching yourself that I do scary things. So whatever is scary for you, whether it's taking a cold shower, whether it's making a phone call, whether it's sending an email, making a video and posting it, doing scary things, teaching yourself, getting that out of the way right from the beginning, I find really helps me.
Rule number 4, be honest.
People are afraid to tell the truth. You're afraid to tell the people around you the truth that could actually help them, that could serve them. You're afraid to tell them the truth because you're afraid that they're gonna judge you. You're afraid they're gonna reject you. You're afraid they're not gonna take it well. You're afraid they're gonna be sensitive. But you're actually doing everybody a disservice. And you're gonna walk away from the conversation feeling like, I could have helped them. I could have been more valuable to them. I could have saved them from making a really bad decision, a really big mistake, all because you were afraid to tell the truth. Whenever I'm meeting somebody, I go to an event, I just came back from an event in Dallas, Video Marketing World. Whenever I'm meeting somebody that I wanna learn from, I will start off saying, hey man, tell me why I suck. Tell me why I suck. If I'm looking at my YouTube thumbnails or my titles or me on camera or any part of something that I wanna improve and work on, tell me why I suck. Now why? Why do that? Well, it's not just because I'm a glutton for punishment, right? I don't want people just yelling and raging at me. It's because when you do that, when you lead with that, when you say, tell me why I suck, it gives the other person the permission to be honest with you. Because they have advice that can help you. They have advice that might be able to change your business or your life, but they're gonna hedge. They're gonna play it safe. They're not gonna tell you what you need to hear because they're afraid of offending you. They're afraid of hurting your feelings. And so you open up and you say, tell me that I suck and why. And then invariably what the answer is, well, you don't suck, but you know, you could do this, this, and that. And they'll tell you what you need to fix. Where otherwise, if you didn't lead with the tell me why I suck, they would hedge and they wouldn't tell you everything that's on their mind. They wouldn't tell you the thing that you need the most, which is their honest, brutal opinion on what you do. Now, it doesn't mean that you suck as a human. You're amazing as a human. It just means you don't have the skill set. You're not good at this one thing that this person is an expert at and can help you. And so the next time you're going to an event or you're talking to somebody who might be able to help you, lead with it. Lead with it. Say, I respect you. I love what you do. I'm trying to work on this. Tell me why I suck. And then watch the honesty come through.
If you want to have more motivations and confidence, check out our 254 series. The link is in the description below.
The people who win work the hardest because they love what they do.
Create an outline and a schedule. What I found really helpful for me was to create an outline at the start.
If you're doing work that you love, you're more likely to follow through. You're more likely to do it because it doesn't feel like work, because you love doing it.
Rule number 5, show up.
People don't show up for one of 3 reasons. Number 1 is you're afraid. You're afraid of rejection, you're afraid of failure, you're afraid of it not working out, and so you just don't show up. Number 2 is you're not consistent. You show up some days, but you don't show up other days because you don't have the routines and habits in place to make you show up consistently every single day. And number 3 is you don't want to. You don't want to show up because you don't actually enjoy the thing that you're about to do. You would rather procrastinate on it because you don't love it, and showing up is more painful than just sitting around. So my goal today with this video is to help you bust through these so that you can show up for life and have the impact that you want to have. So I think the fear of showing up is actually a good thing. It means that you are doing something different, something outside your comfort zone, something that is not normal, that is new, and that's good. You want to be pushing the envelope. If there was nothing that you were afraid to show up to today, tomorrow, next week, then you're not growing, you're not learning, you're not pushing against your boundaries and comfort zones. And so even today, I had to show up. And again, it should be every single day. So today, I was procrastinating on sending out an email to Grant, as well as a couple other people, where I'm looking at doing more collaborations, more work on my YouTube channel, more cross-pollination connection to other successful YouTubers to help the whole entrepreneur YouTube community grow, right? I want to get the message out there. I want to be playing a bigger game. And so I emailed Grant and I emailed 4 other people with a new idea that I had. So when the idea was first suggested to me about doing this and reaching out, I had a little bit of nerves, like, okay, it's gonna require an ask. I might get rejected, it may not work out. And I had it scheduled for today, because today was my YouTube day. And so I look at the list today, I'm like, maybe I should start with 1 person or 2 people, or just pick the easy people. And just the fact that I felt that, just the fact that that was one of the reasons meant I had to go and do 5. I had to do a bigger number. I had to go after the harder people. I had to do the people that I thought may say yes, may say no, may make me look bad if they say no. And a lot of it is just head games. The honest truth is, Grant's probably not gonna care. Grant's probably gonna say yes. Like 98% chance he says yes, and he passes it on to somebody on his team. We start working together and we create the collaboration. 1% chance he ignores it, and 1% chance he says no. But it's not the logical, rational things that hold us back. It's the emotional, fearful things. And so what I've trained myself to do is anytime I feel that oh my God, it may not work out, then I have to do it. I have to do it. I have just to show myself, because the worst thing you can do is get to the edge of the cliff and say you're gonna jump and then not jump. It's better not to catch that you're nervous. It's better not to even come up with the idea, to just float around in ignorance. Ignorance is bliss, than to catch it and then play small. And so as soon as you catch it, I've trained myself, I want you to do the same thing. As soon as you catch it, train yourself to do it. Even if it doesn't work out, just training yourself that you don't back down when you are afraid.
Rule number 6, focus.
The problem isn't that you're not a genius, that you're not talented, that you don't have wisdom and abilities and resourcefulness, and that you're not Michael Jordan. That's not the problem. The problem is you're not focused. You're not doing the things that you need to do. I just came back from Video Marketing World in Dallas, and I was being asked about where to spend your time, which social media sites to spend time on. And I think this is a classic example of where entrepreneurs fail. Is you're trying to do everything, and as a result, you suck everywhere and feel burnt out, tapped out, and not building momentum. If you get to the end of a week and you feel like you worked your face off, but you look back and what did I get done? If that's how you're ending a week, you worked hard and you feel like, what did I get done? You're not focused. You're switching between tasks too much. Instead of having all of these social media sites at the same time, pick one and crush it. I quoted Andrew Carnegie at my event, at my speech. My favorite quote from him is, put all your eggs in one basket and then watch that basket. Everybody's saying diversify, diversify, diversify. Have 18 different multiple streams of income. Look at the people who are a one-person show with 18 streams of income. They're making no money. You're making $10 a month from this and $25 a month from that and 18 cents from this. You're not making money. Now, as you build and scale and grow and you have a team like I do, I've got 24 people on my team, okay, great, now it might be time to diversify. But as a solo person, you can't do everything yourself. And you are a genius, you have Michael Jordan level talent at something, and that's what you need to find. And that's what you need to spend as much time as possible on until you're making money, you can invest back into your business and continue to grow.
Rule number 7, love what you do.
This is why it's so important that you love what you do. It's why it's the #1 rule for success that comes up over and over and over and over again is people love what they do. The people who are winning at the highest level, they love what they do. That allows them to be relentless, because you could talk about being relentless and giving it all you've got and going all in and grinding and giving 110%. But if you don't love it, you're gonna quit. It may not be after a day, it may not be after a month, it may not be after a year, but you're gonna quit. When it gets too hard and you don't love it, you will quit. This is why so many entrepreneurs fail, because you're just chasing an opportunity. You're just looking at the fastest way to make a buck in 2019, in 2020, in 2021, the fastest way to make some money. You're gonna give up unless you love it. Now, money's important, it's gotta be in your top 5, but it's not #1. It can't be #1. If money's your #1, you're gonna fail. You just won't put in the work. The people who win have something that they put above money, and that's what allows them to wake up and be relentless and put in the work. You're looking at a guy here who sucked at making videos. You can go back on my channel, you can watch the first videos. I was nervous, I was shy, I still am an introvert, but it's through practice, through being relentless. I've had my channel for 10 years. I've made 5,000 or 6,000 videos across my more than 4 now, 9 or so channels. 5,000 or 6,000 videos, that's crazy, right? That's crazy, who does that? You have to love it. It doesn't feel like work. Making these videos is fun for me still. 10 years later, is still fun for me. I'm excited. The second that it gets to be, oh, I gotta make videos, that's it, I'm out. Because the people who love doing it will crush me. I was looking at my YouTube thumbnail examples. I'm doing a YouTube course right now where I'm teaching people how to have success on YouTube, how to get your first 1,000,000 subscribers. Where is it? Get there, that gold button. Get one of those for you, right? You're a thought leader, you're an expert. I want you to get 1,000,000 subscribers. That's the course that I'm launching right now. So I'm looking at my thumbnail experiments. I have 130 thumbnail experiments happening right now on my channel. I'm testing 130 different variations. Then I went to completed, and what we've completed and gone through. 1,100 something completed thumbnail experiments, just on thumbnails. Just testing my thumbnails, we've done over 1,100 different experiments. That's crazy, right? Testing big changes like not having text on a thumbnail and making it purple and crazy colors, to really little tiny changes. Like, what if we just tweak this person's eyes? What if we alter the shade of orange? Just little tiny changes that most of you probably never notice. Why? I love it. I can't help it. I wake up and I think about this stuff, and that's what I want for you. That's what you need to be doing, and it can't be forced. Jerry Seinfeld calls it the torture that you can endure. The torture that you can endure. Most people talk about passion and purpose, which is great, but it's torture for other people.
Rule number 8, change your environment.
I think everyone is born an optimist, and then your environment sucks the soul out of most people. When you're a baby, you don't stress out about how you look, what you're wearing, or how you're smelling. When you're a kid, you don't hate your life and complain about the world. If there's negativity in your head, it was put there by someone. And if you want to change it, you need to change your environment. So I've had the good pleasure of seeing one of my friends, Mark Drager, a great friend of the channel, been involved with the channel for a number of years, become more optimistic, become more positive. And he was wondering, could I even do it? Is it possible? He was a guy who was naturally pessimistic. He had a lot of stuff happen to him, like we all have. A lot of situations, a lot of circumstances that made him see the negative of what's happening, of be pessimistic, of not being the typical optimistic, everything's gonna work out great entrepreneur. And so what changed? Over the past 12 months, he's made a significant investment in himself. I've been hanging around with him a lot more. We've co-hosted a podcast together. He's hanging around me, my content, Gary Vee's content, Tom Bilyeu's content more. He's been to Tony Robbins' seminar twice in the past year, brought his team with him, and he's slowly inching towards more optimism, more positivity, that more things are possible. Because of the negative upbringing that he had, it takes a lot of unwiring. It takes a lot of shifting your focus. It takes a lot of, with purpose, with intent, changing your environment, changing the people you hang out with, changing the physical environment that you're in to make a change. I went to Mark's office and he's moving his office. He's creating his own office. He's putting a picture on the wall of himself and then what he wants to be as positive inspiration every day. He's looking at what kind of colors and what kind of furnishings and what kind of decor can I have in my office to make me feel bold, to make me feel alive every single day. It's possible. And I think that's the starting point for a lot of people. It's possible to change your outlook. It's possible to become more optimistic. That negativity that was planted in your head was put there by somebody else who hates their life. You were not born to wake up and hate your life. You were not born to wake up and think that it's just negativity all around the world. You're not born to wake up and be a pessimist. You're not. It was put there by somebody else who hated their life. And we need to eject that person. We need to unwire the years or decades of training. And in that void, you replace it with the thing that you want. If you want more optimism, you surround yourself with the most optimistic people you can find. In person, on your team, in video format, in the books you read, in the clubs you're hanging out with. You first limit access from the negative people, limit exposure. You may not be able to completely wipe them out, like maybe they're your parents. But you can limit exposure, you can limit access, either with time or just topics that you're covering. And then inject more positivity and optimism to the people, books, resources, environment that you have around you.
Rule number 9, make proper decisions.
You need to make the big decisions in your life with your heart and the small ones with your head. This is where so many entrepreneurs fall down. This is where so many entrepreneurs make mistakes, because you see a trend, you see an opportunity, you see something that makes sense. It just makes sense on paper. It's so clear that this is going to happen. But if it doesn't energize you, if you don't love it, if it's not in your heart to say, man, I can't wait to go off and do that thing, you're never going to win. You're never going to win because you're going up against people who love it. You're going up against people who love it, who breathe it, who sleep it, who dream about it. And for you, it's just an opportunity. You're never going to win big. Look at all your heroes, all your mentors, the people you look up to, the people who've done it. It's like, I want to be like this person in my field. I want to do it like she did it, like he did it. They love doing the thing. They love doing the thing. Doing it gives them energy. I look at what I do. I'm here in Dallas. I'm about to speak at Video Marketing World, an annual summit of some of the top creators on YouTube to help share, give back, help the community, give feedback, train on YouTube. I love doing this stuff. What am I? I'm in the parking lot filming videos for you guys. Not because it's a strategy, not because I need to make a video a day, because I love it. This is the best. I'm about to go into this meeting, to this conference, and I'm gonna hang out with entrepreneurs all day long. From the time I get in there until whatever time AM, I'm gonna be hanging out with entrepreneurs and helping them with their business, helping them with their channel, because I love it. And if that sounds exhausting for you, amazing, don't do it. And if it sounds energizing for you, yes, go and do it. You need to make the big decisions with your heart. And then your head's still important. It's like, don't listen. The message is not don't listen to logic. The message is not don't look for opportunities. It's look for opportunities within the thing that you love, right? If I love making videos and I love making content and I love helping entrepreneurs, but I went all in on MySpace right now, I'm gonna lose. It's not the right strategy, right? You need both. It's working hard plus working smart. It's following what you love doing plus chasing opportunities. But what takes precedence? What's the most important thing? Your heart, the energy. If you are saying, oh man, Monday, if that's your mindset around Monday, you're doing the wrong thing. You're in the wrong career, you're in the wrong business. You will never be the top player in your industry. It'll never happen for you if that's your mindset. If you're itching to get back to it, if you can't wait to go to that meeting, can't wait to code, can't wait to make that piece of art, can't wait to go and make that video, can't wait to sit down and write lyrics for your next song, if that's the thing, then you're going to be successful. It's not going to be easy. It's still a long road. It's still a path. You still have to put in the grind and the effort and use strategies to help you get there faster. But it has to start by doing things that are energizing to you. You're going to spend so much time working. Guys, you're going to spend so much time working as an entrepreneur. Why not do stuff that makes you come alive? Why not do stuff that gives you energy? And so I want you to get out of your head. I want you to stop making decisions first from your head. I want you to stop making decisions only because it's going to help you get some goal. It's short-term thinking, and you're never going to win doing it. Big decisions with the heart. Big decisions that give you energy. Look at your calendar. Are you energized about the week that's coming up? Look at your calendar. Go load your calendar right now. Load it on your computer, load it on your phone, however you're loading your calendar. Look at it. Look at your calendar. Look at the week ahead. Are you excited? Are you excited about what you're about to do? If not, you're doing the wrong stuff. If you're only excited about 10% of your calendar, you're only pouring your genius, your Michael Jordan level talent into 10% of your time, you're not going to get to where you want to go. You need to flip it. Even if it doesn't make practical sense at the beginning. Because all great things are made from the heart. All great things, every great business, every great song, every great creation started from here, from a place of passion, from a place of purpose, from a place of energy. And I want to put some pressure on you guys to go off and chase it down, because so many entrepreneurs fail and they lose a lot of money. It's not an easy game. But one of the biggest reasons, if not the number one reason, is because people pick an industry, people pick a business idea solely because they're chasing an opportunity down and they didn't love doing the work.
Rule number 10, the last one before a very special bonus clip on try things.
There's a reason why in my videos I say you have Michael Jordan level talent. I believe it, it's true. You have Michael Jordan level talent at something. You are the best, the absolute best at something in the world. Most people, either one, don't believe it. They don't believe that they're world class at something. Or two, they found the thing that they could be world class at, but they don't have enough guts to chase it down. They don't believe in themselves enough to chase it down. Here's the thing. You need to first explore. You need to explore. You got to search. You got to say yes. You got to try things. You don't know that Tim Hortons is your favorite coffee cup until you've tried it, right? You don't know that sushi is your favorite food until you've tried it. Sushi doesn't make sense, right? This is how we think. Our logical brain starts to analyze things, and because it doesn't make sense, we don't try it. Sushi doesn't make sense. You're going to take raw fish, mix it with rice, put seaweed around it, and then eat it. That sounds nasty, right? If you've never tried it before, it sounds nasty, but it's the best. A lot of the things that you might be great at, you are judging, you are dismissing because it doesn't make logical sense. You don't need to wrap your head around it. You need to wrap your heart around it. You have to feel it. You have to say yes and be willing to try it at least once. If you don't know what you're great at, you have to say yes and try things. And you pay attention to the feeling. The most important thing is you pay attention to the feeling. How did it make you feel? You might not be great at it. I expect not to get results at the beginning of anything, especially if it's a new skill you're learning, right? Expect to suck at the beginning. You're gonna suck. It's okay, it's normal. But how does it make you feel? Does it energize you? Do you wanna come back and do it again?
Now I have a very special bonus clip from my husband Evan Carmichael on Don't Be a Solopreneur that I think you're gonna enjoy. But before that, it's time for the 3-point landing questions. So let's go from watching the video to taking action. Here we go. Question number 1. What change will you make today to your morning routine? Question number 2. What is the one thing that you need to focus on this week? Question number 3. How will you take actions on your habits?
You will never accomplish your business goals without a team. You have big goals, big dreams, big ambitions. It will never happen as a solo entrepreneur. You need to get out of the mindset that you can do everything yourself. You can't. You can go fast. You can stay small, be nimble, and being a solo person. And you still may always be the most powerful and important individual in your company, but you need to build a team. You need to scale up, and you need to get over your fears and hire properly. So I think a big reason why most entrepreneurs don't end up building successful teams is because they get burned, because you don't know how to hire properly, because you hire somebody, you think this is great, this person's going to take over all of these things that I don't want to do, they're going to solve my problems, and then you can go on to build bigger things for your business. The problem is that first person rarely works out. The first person that you hire very rarely works out in the business. Very rarely. Look at companies and look at their success and look at who employee number 1, 2, 3, 8, 10 was, and see, are they still around in the company? Very rarely does it work out. Most of the time it's because you don't know what you're doing, because you don't know how to hire, and so you hire the wrong person. I'm going to give you a process that I go through that I think will really help you, and you can learn from my success. We have 24 people on my team, and I want to shortcut the path for you because I think the hiring process is broken. What do most people do when they hire? Most people, they do some kind of job ad, they post it, then you do this long interview process, right? You're reading through resumes and cover letters, you bring them in for an interview, and then you get down to the one person, you end up hiring them, and what ends up happening, a lot of times that person doesn't work out, or they're just okay, but you don't want to fire them because you don't want to go through that entire painful process again to find somebody new. It's too painful. It sucks. You don't want to do it again. Here's how you flip the script. One, when you're doing a job posting, you make it one big ugly paragraph. This is what I do. A job posting is one big ugly nasty paragraph. Why? Because I want people to be detail oriented. I want people to read the whole thing. I don't want to make it easy because a lot of times the job's not going to be easy, right? So one big ugly paragraph. In the middle of that big ugly paragraph will be some skill testing question. It'll be something like, tell me how many subscribers I have on my YouTube channel, right? Or tell me how many followers I have on Twitter, and put it in the first line of your application. 80% of people won't do it. 80% of people who apply to a job will not answer the skill testing question. Why? Because they didn't even read the application. They didn't read it. They just saw the title. I'm looking for a video editor. I'm looking for an online marketer. I'm looking for XYZ, and they hit submit, and they send it to you. Now you're going to spend time reading their cover letter, reading their resume, going through their work history, but they spent 5 seconds on you. You're going to spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes on each of them, and they spent 5 seconds on you. Times that by 100 applicants, that's a lot of wasted hours. No wonder why you don't want to go on through that process again. It sucks. 80% of people will not read the job description. You need to filter them out. 5% of people then say, great, tell me what your Twitter account is, and I'll tell you how many followers you have. Go to Twitter, type in Evan Carmichael, you can find me, right? You need to have a little bit of resourcefulness if you want to work for an entrepreneur. So already 85% of the people are eliminated. They're gone. Now I only have to read through 15% of the applications that come through. This is a lot better, right? These are the people who put in the time, who read the application, and they want to work with you. Great. Let's talk about that job posting. What's in that big ugly paragraph? So you want to lead with the values. What do you stand for? What are you all about? Even in the job title right away, I'm looking for a video marketer that believes in entrepreneurs. And then talk about what my company's all about, what my mission is, what I'm trying to accomplish. Right before getting to the job description and the roles and responsibilities, I want to lead with the mission because somebody's going to look at that and say, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Amazing, don't apply. Or they'll say, I love this. Finally, I want to work extra hard to apply for that company, right? The people who are good fits for you from a values and culture point of view, they will self-select in. That's what you want. So don't just tell me in your job ad what the roles and responsibilities are. Lead with the mission. So lead with the mission, lead with the values, tell me what your company is trying to do. Then you have your skill testing question, and then you tell me what the job description is all about. Like, what am I going to be doing on a day-to-day basis? What's my role? What do you want me to do every day for you? Right? And then I'll at the end put some kind of qualitative question in as well. So the skill testing question is, how many followers do I have? The qualitative one would be, tell me about who your favorite entrepreneur is and why. And I don't really care what their answer is. Some people say Richard Branson or Elon Musk or some big name. Some people will say my dad because he started his own little grocery store. Great. I don't really care what the answer is. I just want to see that they actually care. Because if you're working for me, I want you to actually care about entrepreneurs. That's the mission that we're on, right? Great. After that, you still get a whole bunch of people who will apply. Next, what most people do is go to a job interview. I think a job interview is a giant waste of time. I think most people hire from a job interview and it doesn't actually test for the skills that you're trying to hire, right? So if I'm looking for a video editor, as an example, right? I'm looking for a new video editor for my channel. How well they do in a job interview doesn't translate, doesn't map to their success as a video editor, right? Maybe they're super nervous when they're talking to people. Maybe they're really shy. Maybe they can't articulate themselves via voice very well, right? And so if I'm judging their abilities based off of how they communicate face to face, that's not what I'm trying to hire for. Now, if I'm hiring a salesperson, that's a different story, right? They can sell me on themselves. They need to be good face to face. But for a video editor, it's the wrong skill set. And so I think people hire off of a job interview which tests the wrong skills. So the best thing you can do is go on a trial. So anybody who answers my job ad and will give me the skill testing question and then tell me who their favorite entrepreneur is and why, I'll then hire them on a trial. I'll give them 5 paid hours, no job interview, 5 paid hours for a job that I think will take them 2. Now, why do I do this? I'm not a micromanager. I don't want to micromanage people. It drives me nuts. I don't want to be on your shoulder and say, hey, did you get this done? Did you get that done? It's not my style. So I need people who will self-manage and people who won't milk me. So I'll pay you for up to 5 hours for a job that I think should take you 2. And here's what I'm looking for. 1, if you took the full 5 hours either one, you're milking me, right? You should have done it a lot faster, but you know you can get 5 hours, so you're gonna say it took you 5 hours. Amazing. That's a cheap way to test if somebody's a good fit for you or not. Or two, they're just really slow and incompetent. Either way, you don't wanna have that person on your team. So I want the person who's gonna come in at 5. So I want the person who's going to say, hey, I know I can have 5 hours, but it's only actually gonna take me 2, so let me do it in 2. That's the person I want on my team. From there, what I'm looking for is somebody who goes above and beyond the call of duty. So somebody who doesn't just do the thing that I asked for, but injects their own style, tries to find a way to make it better. So the video editor is a great example. When I went through my video editing hiring process, I hired maybe 20 people on a trial, 15, 20 people on a trial, something like that. Paid trial up to 5 hours. Christina, who's been my editor for the past, 6 years, she came in and said, hey, Evan, here's what you asked for. I had a very clear requirements. Here's what I want you to do. Here's what you asked for, but what you did kind of sucks, and here's how I would do it. And she made something that was better, right? So she gave me what I asked for and then went above and beyond to give me something better. That's the person I want to hire, right? And that's the person I want to keep on my team. And that's why she's been with me for 6 or so years. Right? So that process is how you find great people. And in that process of actually working with them on a project, if you are working for me to be a video editor, I want to see how well you edit a video, not how well you respond to an interview question, not how well you can write a cover letter or a resume. It's testing for the wrong skills. And so that's the process. And it saves time and it brings the right people in, and then it allows you to scale and leverage your business so that you are not doing everything yourself, because you have an important mission. You're trying to help people, but you can't do everything yourself. You need to get out of that mindset. You need to stop doing everything yourself. You need to start by bringing on people, even part-time. The first person I hired was for 1 hour a day. That's it. Bring people on part-time to free up your time, get people who are better than you at that thing, free up your time to focus on the things that you have Michael Jordan level talent at, and that's how you start to scale. It may not work out the first time, it may not work out the second time. Don't quit on building a team, because everybody who's done the thing that you want to do, all of your heroes, all of your mentors, everybody you look up to, they built a team, and you need to too.
If you'd like to see more of my husband, Evan Carmichael's 10 rules, be sure to check out the video next to me. I think you're gonna enjoy. I'll see you there. And believe.
One of the biggest reasons why you are not more successful is you're just not consistently working hard enough at it.